because they're sitting in a room with no teacher because they didn't follow directions. This class ends on the 20. Oh, that reminds me. I need to send you two things right now. I'm going to send it through the chat right quick. I need to let you there's my locator card, and I'm going to let it load, and I'm going to send it. And it should pop up in your chat window. Everybody see it? It says Hubert's locator card. It might take a minute. I see somebody saying yes. So yes. Good. All right, now I'm going to send another one, and yes, I want you to actually look at this one. Summer 2021, and I got to let it load, and it's loading. Takes it a second after you click on it. It takes a second for it to load. And this one is 3 pages. And send. Go ahead and click on to that summer 2021. That's the academic calendar for the semester. Go ahead and click on it and turn to the second page, and you can go down and look at the dates. This class ends on, well, what the hell did I do with it? It ends on the 26th. The last day of class ends on the 26th. I'm going to share my screen now. And I need y'all to tell me if you can see my screen. It'll be a white piece of paper. Y'all tell me if y'all see it. Huh?
I see it.
Okay. So this class ends. Last day of class is on the 26th?
26th.
Yeah. 7/26. So I need everybody to get your calendars out right now and put that down so you won't be asking me that the last 2 weeks. We've got 5. No, this is a 5-week class, isn't it? 109 is a 5-week class, is it not? Yeah. Y'all's class ends on the 21st, 6/18. Somebody verify this is a 5-week class, right?
That seems about, yeah.
Somebody look on your schedule. Thank you, Miss Taylor. Communication. I'll take it in the, either verbal or, writing. Final exam is on the 21st. I probably will give you the whole weekend to work on that. How many unit tests
so it's
do we
June
have?
18th and not July 26th.
I'm sorry, what?
So it's June 18th and not July 26th.
I thought so. It should say that on the top of your schedule.
Okay.
All right. So also, I'll let you look at, now I'm doing this for a reason. Before we do anything, there is your test right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a final exam. 5-unit tests. Five weeks. Somebody tell me what I'm trying to get at here.
We got a test a week.
Okay.
Weekly tests.
I'm gonna go ahead. Y'all want me to be honest? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna need y'all to actually really get into this course. Okay. I will teach as fast as I can, but I need y'all to actually do the homework and the test. Okay, I meant the homework, and send me questions. We don't have time for deadhead disorder. Okay, we don't have time for I was going to work on that next week. No, we don't have time for that. So hopefully I've got the cream of the crop in here, and hopefully summer you have the cream of the crop usually because students are motivated. I need y'all to work as fast as you can. Now, I need everybody to put Unit 1 at the end of this week, Unit 2, end of next week, Unit 3, end of the next week, and so on. I'm going to do that this afternoon. I'm going to put the dates on here. all of your homework, if you go to your homework and if you go over the first and second day of class, it'll show you all of your homework is open. Okay? See? Oh, I'm sorry. Homework. You got to put homework in right here. See? There's all your, well, Unit 1, it's supposed to be all, but I'll open up all. I'll open up all the homework. And you can go as fast as you want to, but I'm going to tell you right now, you've got 5 sections with the skills review. If you can click on it, you're responsible for it. You need to write that down. Let's write that down right now. And I do this with all my classes. Anybody ever had me before? Anybody in here had me before in a class?
I have not.
Nobody has had me before? Has anybody heard of me before? Through another student? Anybody?
No, but I've seen you have a very good rating.
Okay, what, in one word, I hate to ask this, in one word, what does if you could combine all rate my professors in one word, what would you say that one word is?
I know that people say they'd like to take you again. I've seen that.
Okay. Nobody can think of one word? Yes, sir. If you can click on it, you are responsible for it. I try to treat students fairly, okay? But don't BS me. In other words, and usually in the summer, I don't have to worry about this. Usually in the summer, I'm dealing with students that's a little bit higher caliber. They're more motivated. They want to get this class out of the way, whatever the case may be. And usually I don't have to deal with the deadhead disorders that I have to deal with in the fall, okay? Those are the class clowns, the people that, you laughed at in class in high school. I don't have to deal with those in the summer. So hopefully everybody will jump on this. The syllabus and the homework, they run together.
Yes.
So, it's not like you don't have a syllabus outline and then you have the assignment right here that you can click on. Now, they don't have a date on it. I'm going to do the dates this afternoon, tonight. Okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to do that for some of y'all that's already freaking out about dates. I do tell you this, don't freak out about dates too much. Can anybody tell me who freaks out the most about dates? Be careful before you answer it. Anybody know who cares more about dates?
The people who like to procrastinate.
How did you know that? People who like to procrastinate.
Because I've seen it happen.
Well,
I've done it before.
That's the ones, and that's why I don't put dates, and it freaks people out. They can't stand it because they want to wait till the last minute. Okay. All right. Let's look at some of the handouts. I'm not going to pull up all the handouts. I'm just going to look at some of them. I gave you the important dates for the class, the 18th and the 21st. That means y'all need to put every week, y'all need to have, well, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go here right now, course home. Now, I'm not going to open up the test because, y'all not ready for the test because you don't know everything. Okay, and go to assignment manager. And I'm going to go ahead and open up all the homework. Let's see, homework. Oh, I got this set. There we go. Change dates. And there's all your homework right there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up all the homework. Of course, Tri-County Brick Phone College, they have a fit when I do this because they think y'all are all irresponsible and I should line y'all up to go to the water fountain and go to the bathroom and line y'all up, take y'all outside for recess, and I don't do that. So I'm going to go ahead and assign all of these homeworks, and I'm going to go ahead and open up the date for today at 8 o'clock and leave the end date clear. We'll fill those in. I'll fill those in tonight. And that way you can work on, you can go ahead and work as fast as you want to. Because I do realize some of y'all have had Algebra 1, Algebra 2, and maybe Algebra 3 or Pre-Cal, and you might want to work ahead. That's fine. Knock yourself out, okay? But just realize I'm only going to answer questions about what we're on. So if you send me a Chapter 3 question and we're on Chapter 1, I'm not going to answer that question until we get to Chapter 3, or I can answer it for you outside of class. Okay? But I talk about that on homework the second day of class, but I'm going to go over some of the, so that'll answer your question. Now when you go to assignments, there's all your homework and all of it's open. Everybody see that?
I see it.
And I'll go ahead and open up those quizzes too. Those quizzes are something new that the books are starting to do. So I'll open up those quizzes also. They're 10% of your grade. Quizzes are. I'll open up the quizzes. And quizzes are just after you do a homework session. So I'm going to open up those quizzes and open them up. They're already open. Okay, good. I don't have to do that. Okay, so that's done. So let's go over the handouts. Okay, y'all are 109. And I'll just click on this one. And Miss Fiona, did you get your email this morning? Miss Fiona, is Miss Fiona in the class? Let's see if Miss Fiona is in the class. Nope, she is not. Okay. All right, so here's the email that I sent. Hello, students. I'm going to see if there's anything really important in this that I have to go over. All of you should have already, and you're already on Zoom. I mean, not Zoom, Teams. So I don't have to worry about that. So we're not going to go over that. A little bit about me. I think that's self-explanatory. There is a couple of bonus questions on there for you. I do put bonus questions on the test that come from the handouts and the syllabus. And one of the handouts is this information right here. One of the bonus questions is my contact information, and that's on a test. And the other one is which branch of service did I serve in?
Marines.
Then guess how many people missed that? I would say out of 30 students, I have at least 5 or 6 that missed that question. Deadhead disorder. Okay, so that's a little bit about me. And there's a reason I do it, but I'm not going to get in it because this is a 5-week class. We don't have time for that. But it's just to get to know your teacher is a healthy learning environment, kind of makes it comfortable. Kind of like when a student communicates with the class, which I hope y'all do, which I've got a couple of people in here that are already communicating, which is a great thing because most people are weaned on a pickle and they sit in a corner of the room and they don't talk to anybody. It's like the date that goes, oh, I'm not hungry. I'll just drink water and salad. Yeah, whatever. How many of you ever went out with somebody and they don't show their true self? Just got water and salad.
Yeah, they just sit there quiet the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Let's hurry up and get this over with because you lie. All right. You don't go to a restaurant and go on a date, go to a restaurant and order freaking water and a piece of lettuce. Anyway, next, Hubert's class courtesies. I go by one rule. My one rule is what? I treat students what?
Fairly.
The way I want to be treated.
Oh.
And you know what? This has helped me out for 20 plus years. I don't know if anybody has read the Rate My Professors or talked to anybody but I guarantee you will not find, and I don't even read my own evaluations, much less Rate My Professor. I can't. It's like listening to yourself on a video recording or a audio recording. How many of you like to hear yourself on a recording?
No.
Okay. All right. Same way with reading about your evaluations. But I doubt very seriously you're going to hear the words unfair, try to trick you. You won't hear that in my evaluations because I treat students the way I want to be treated, but I don't get taken advantage of. I know when a student's trying to get over. I know when a student's just basically lying. Okay, I won't call you a liar, but I'll just, yeah, right, whatever. I won't say it to you like that. I'll just put a mark that says mental mark. This student's lying to me. And anyway, I won't say a word. This is a virtual classroom. Now, I don't worry about cell phones and texting because I see 2 or 3 of y'all are doing that now. But I do wish that you would be courteous. I asked you to turn your videos on, and some of you don't have your videos on. And that, to me, that means you are in class. So please make sure you do that, okay? Nobody's going to make fun of you. Nobody's going to, call you names because you got bed hair, okay? This is a class. This is not high school. Attendance, I do take attendance. I have to because here at Tri-County Brickphone College, they make they make us take attendance. I think it's ridiculous because y'all are in college. I'm not a real big fan of it, but I have to do it. My class is based on you work, you pass. You don't work, you don't pass. Nothing's free. You get out of something what you put into it. If you suck as a student, then you're going to get an F. Simple as that. I'm not a buttercup, a snowflake. I'm not. I tell you like it is. I'm pragmatic. Okay, so if you suck as a student, you're going to get an F. And that's pretty much a little bit about me. Okay, a little bit about my class. Let's see, what else? Hubert's locator card. On a virtual class, I have all virtual classes. So pretty much I'm working from home. So you can get in touch with me. The best way to get in touch with me is through Teams. And it comes to my phone. Not a lot of students use virtual office hours with me or office hours because if you watch the second day video, if anybody watched the second day video, how do I do homework questions? Can anybody tell me? I'll give y'all another 30 seconds to answer.
Is it unlimited attempts?
Yeah, but how do I cover questions? If you have a homework question, how do you get it to me? Okay, you haven't watched the second day video. Need to watch it again. Okay, so that's how I do. That's just, I teach 4 classes. They're all virtual, just like we're doing right here. I have 1 online class. And I just met with them this morning as a check-in. This is Math 140, not Math 109. I don't know why. I might have sent the wrong. Okay, let me pull up the YouTube. Because I know some of you didn't read the handouts because there's always somebody. And here's how you go to YouTube. You click and go to YouTube. You dial up Hubert McClure in the search bar. Click on the pink shirt. Go to playlist. And my last 109 was last fall, 2010. No, this fall. Well, this fall, 2 semesters ago. There it is. Hit view full playlist. And there's the first day and the second day. Second day of class, That's the one I told you to watch. No yawning in class. Do you know we actually had a teacher that would throw out a student for yawning more than 3 times? I ain't kidding you. We got some loony bins up here for teachers. I don't know if y'all been to college, but there are colleges. We have teachers that I believe if I'm not going to say anything, they're just stupid. They are. They just stupid. We had one guy that locked the door at 8 o'clock. And if you got there at 8:05, you just had to stand outside the door. I don't know. Y'all figure it out. Y'all tell me. I don't know.
There's one.
And if you look, it goes through, and you see it goes through homework, goes through My Lab's math, shows you how to print out the book, shows you how to look up things in the book. It shows you how I do tests, how I do homework, shows you all of that. Okay? So that's one of my rules. You are a product of your own decisions. That hurts a lot of people. A lot of people don't like that, but I hate that. Okay, so if you want to watch, if you want to know how to do things, you go over the first and second day of class in this Math 109, 05, 2020, 10. And it will tell you all that you need to know for the first and second day of class. Now, I'm going to go over that one more time because we are recording and people can watch it. So I'm going to go over it one more time. You go to YouTube. You dial in Hubert C. McClure or Hubert McClure. And you click on the pink shirt. And you click on playlist. And you go to, you see 109. And the first one, the most recent one, Lord, I've got 6 to 7 years of videos on this YouTube. You can pull up 6 more 109s if you want to. But this is the last one. View playlist. And there's the first and the second day. Now, of course, your YouTube handout says that, but you got to what's that word? You got to read it. It's one of those things you just have to do. I'm sorry, I'm a smart ass, but I'm serious. For fall, I have to actually go through and show every single student how to do things, okay? Dogs are not allowed in class. I'm not a dog person, so dogs are not allowed. Cats, you can have all the cats you want to in your video. Dogs are not allowed. I'm just kidding. My son just got my son a dog. He's got a dog, and I hate it, but I live with it. Any other cat people out there? And y'all waiting on a pickle. Y'all ain't gonna talk to me. Okay. We're gonna play that game. We're gonna not talk in class. Is that what we're gonna do? Draw out the class, make it a 5-week class, last like 10 weeks because y'all don't want to talk. Yeah, I just want water and a salad. Okay. Okay, well, you need to get a camera, Miss Hill. Okay, if you're going to attend the class, you need to have video on. I'll give you a week. You need to get a webcam. They cost like, how much is a webcam? Somebody tell me how much is a webcam. Oh, it's been like forever since I bought one.
They're like $15.
How much?
They're like $15.
Yeah, and most laptops have a webcam inside their, so you need to get one. I do make it mandatory because y'all won't talk, so at least I can see you, okay? And that is the the rule of the teacher. And I know some teachers that make you have it the first day, or they won't even count you attending the course. So make sure you get the video. You were supposed to do that before the first day of class by what are you doing? By getting with the help desk and making sure that your video was enabled. So if you need to call the help desk and get help with that, do it. And you can go to Best Buy and get you a webcam. You can use your phone. I mean, all you got to do is put Teams on your phone and just put it right here during class on your laptop, and I can see you. Simple as that. Because seeing you virtually is the same thing as you being in class. Any other questions so far? I'm going over this kind of fast because this is a 5-week class. Excuse me. This is a 5-week class, and I need to get y'all into math as soon as possible. So is there anybody who's got any questions on the handouts? Anybody got any questions on the first or second day of class? Nobody has any questions whatsoever. I've covered the material so well that you have no questions whatsoever. That's BS. Okay, we're going to play this. Y'all are all going to have, you know what? Y'all are all going to have offices in the janitorial closet. You know why? Because you won't communicate. You're going to have a piece of plywood over the mop sink, and that's going to be your desk. Because you don't communicate. Oh, there's Mr. Bostic. Hello, Mr. Bostic. Okay. And y'all not going to laugh either. Y'all not going to smile. Y'all are weaned on a pickle. That's what y'all are. Y'all weaned on a pickle. It's your parents' fault. Okay? Get that dog away from me. See? Dog people and cat people. Dog people are like, ooh, look at my dog. Look at my dog. Let me run by the video. Cat people are like, what the hell? Okay, I did get, okay, Miss Garcia, you can smile. I see it. I see it, Miss Garcia. You're smiling. Mr. Beckett, thank you. I appreciate the smiles. Thank you. The rest of y'all, weaned on a pickle. All right, so let me get the roll before we get started with the math. I need to call the roll, get that out of the way. Can't believe y'all don't have any questions whatsoever. No questions at all. Okay.
I can think of.
All right, Beckett's here and Bostic's here. That's easy to remember. Brooks, let me go over here and see if Brooks is here. Brooks is here. Garcia is the next person. So Friday isn't here. Garcia is here. Giordano is not here. Oh, I got to turn off. I forgot this. I have to turn off when I take the roll. I have to turn that off. Let's see. Hankel is here. Heel and Human. Hankel, Heel, Human. James and Jones. James and Jones is here. King and King. Got both Kings here. Is that McGee or McGay?
It's McGee.
Okay. The reason I know we got a lot of McGee's in this area, but they don't spell their name like yours. Just like we got a lot of McClures in this area, and some McClures up north, they spell it McLure. So just different spelling. Okay, McGee is here. Moetzel is here. Mr. Moetzel, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, make sure you get a video. Make sure you turn on your video, okay? Or you at least get one. That's okay.
I just realized there's like a manual switch also.
That's okay. I appreciate it. Rizakos. Is that Rizakos? Is that correct? I guess Rizakos is not here.
No, so that was correct.
Okay, good old Greek name, right?
Yes, sir.
Scanley,
Here.
Sturkey, Tabor is here. Tabor is here, Taylor, and Thomas is not here. Okay, so it looks like I've got a few people out. Friday, Giordano, and Thomas. Okay, so nobody's got any questions on anything having to do with class or the handouts or anything. Nobody's got any questions. Good. All right. Oh, another thing, if you do send me a question and it's on the handouts or the videos, I won't send you an answer. I won't reply. So I'll just go ahead and tell you that right now. So if you send me a video, if you send me an email and it says, Hubert, when's the last day of class? I won't reply because I've already told you the last day of class. Okay? So I just wanted to make sure you know that. Now let's look at the syllabus for Math 109. And I'll pull it up from the Math 109 info that I sent you. And this is the page. This is the most important page of your syllabus. And it's the last page. There's your last page right there. You need to print this page out and you need to put it in your notebook. This is the most important page in this class. Why? Because it tells you what you need to be working on. We need to make it through chapter 1 and chapter 2 in 1 week. That's going to be just about impossible. I cannot cover that material in 1 week, but I can cover it if you do the homework and send me questions so I can assess what you know and what you don't know. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think most of you know how to graph a function, but if you send me the question, if you send me a homework question, then I will go over it. Now, I'm not talking about handouts, videos, syllabus. I'm not talking about, those are the ones I won't reply. Math questions I always reply to, okay? Because I teach to the student that don't know the material. I don't teach to the student that wrote the book or that thinks they wrote the book, all right? And some of you may meet some of those people in your life that absolutely know everything there is to know about everything. Anybody ever, you ever met anybody like that?
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, they're out there, and usually they're male. I hate to tell y'all females, but that's usually the way it goes. The males travel the speed of light, and they know everything. So
It's true.
until you meet one, they're basically called a jerk. So, but until you meet one, you know, they know everything. So chapter 1 is that area right there. So your homework and your test will align to those sections. And chapter 2 and right there. So after today, we should be working on these sections. And if you send me questions, we can cover the material a whole lot faster than if I just go over each section. Okay, so with that being said, let's go ahead and look at functions and models, graphs of functions, linear functions, and equations of line. I'm just going to go ahead and do a kind of a rundown of all of that. Capiche?
Capiche.
All right. So, a function. What is a function? Well, function is kind of like an ice machine. An ice machine has two components. It has water coming in, and it has ice coming out. Everybody with me? Now let's say that we cut the water line and we put a funnel. Now, of course, y'all don't know what a funnel is. Y'all are all high school students, so y'all don't know what a funnel is. But anyway, or y'all just coming out of high school, so of course y'all don't know what a funnel is. A funnel, you pour, instead of a water line, you pour, let's say, 5 gallons of, can't stand thinking of it. Lime Kool-Aid.
Ew.
Okay? You put 5 gallons of lime Kool-Aid in that funnel. What are you going to get?
Lime Kool-Aid ice.
Yeah, but how much?
Frozen.
5 gallons.
5 gallons.
You're going to get 5 gallons of lime ice. And of course, I like cherry. So if you put 5 gallons of cherry Kool-Aid, you're going to get cherry ice. You're going to get 5 gallons of cherry ice. What are these things? Well, this side right here is what we call input. It's also called the x values. So what's the sophisticated name for x values? Anybody know? Starts with a D.
Depend.
The domain. So if this is the input, what's the ice?
The output.
The output. And the output would be called your y values. And what's the sophisticated word for y values?
Range.
Good job. So what is the ice machine?
It's your formula?
The function, which could be in math, the 2x plus 3. You input the x and you output the y. That's a function. And everybody should have been taught that in high school, right? Everybody feel good about yourself?
Yeah.
Or you don't have to put smokestacks on your pickup truck or make it squat in the back end?
Oh,
Which
God,
is
that's illegal.
Probably. I do not understand that. Can somebody explain to me why somebody wants their truck to squat in the back end?
Is it like you can't pay for the rest of the lift? Like, are you too poor to lift the back of it too?
I don't understand that. Okay. Maybe it's the same thing as a female putting on too much makeup and looking like
They smooch pickles. They weren't weaned off of them. They smooch pickles.
Yeah, I believe we got a lot of people in here that's weaned on a pickle. They don't like me, I can tell. But you could do a whole lot worse for Math 109, let me tell you.
Yeah,
We got some teachers that teach Math 109. They start with 30 and they end with like 4. So y'all could do a whole lot better. So you might want to, smile a little bit. I know you hate being here because it's math, but we either can do this. We can either make it 10 times worse or we can make it 10 times better. So communication and, smiling a little bit, that'll help. All right, now, back in pre-algebra, you were taught to add two terms, x plus 3, x plus 4. And you were taught to add, and I forgot to put a space there, I'm sorry. So I'm going to take my handy dandy red marker and I'm going to put a plus right there. And you were taught to subtract. And you were taught to multiply. And you were taught to divide. X squared minus x over x. And you did those. You said x plus x is 2x. And 3 plus 4 is what? 7? And you were taught here, x minus x, that cancels. And negative 3, that's negative 7. And you were taught x squared minus 7x plus 12. X squared minus 7x plus 12. And here you were taught x minus 1. And y'all did those, right? In pre-algebra, algebra 1?
Yeah.
But over here, you got to lift up your pinky because now it's f of x is equal to x plus 3. And g of x is equal to x plus 4. And you were told to do f plus g of x, f minus g of x, f times g of x, and f divided by g of x. And you did exactly the same thing that you learned back in pre-algebra, algebra 1, right?
Yeah.
So you know how to do functions. Just some people, have you ever had a teacher that couldn't tell you how to make a ham sandwich?
Yes. Many times.
Okay, I had one in the 7th grade, and it ruined it for me. Ruined it. Okay, because all she did was sit beside that overhead projector and do that little reel thing with the clear writing. I meant the clear paper on it.
Oh
And
God.
she already had it all written out. She didn't even write anything. She just would recite. It was terrible. Okay, I still have nightmares to this day. But I did have an extra couple of refreshments at a Mexican restaurant nearby, and I confronted her about it. It wasn't pretty. I told her, I said, I went into teaching because of you. And of course, those adult beverages were really talking. And she goes, oh, well, I'm glad to hear that. And she said, and I said, nope, you don't need to be glad to hear it because you were absolutely the worst math teacher I've ever had. And you know, I felt better after that. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I said, well, I just wanted you to know that. So anyway, you learned this back in pre-algebra and algebra 1. So hopefully y'all, and see, I need to have feedback. If you do this, you need to send it to me and say, I've always been confused about this. Or you need to not send it to me, and therefore, if you don't send it to me, what does that tell me? It tells me that you know the material. How about this? How many of you suck at this? F of x is equal to x plus 4, and g of x is equal to the square root of x. And I want f composed of g, g composed of f, f composed of f, and g composed of g. I'll guarantee you some of y'all suck at this.
Yeah.
You remember doing this? Yes or no? Do you remember doing it?
Not at all.
Yes.
Okay. If you remember doing it, did you suck at it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But you didn't suck at it in pre-algebra. I ain't kidding you. I've got some hard asses in here. I got some people that are really, really sucking on that lemon. Really, y'all need to cheer up. Bring that dog back in, Miss Garcia. You need to bring that. What's the dog's name?
His name is Mac, so M-A-C.
M-A-Z?
M-A-C, so Mac.
Mac, like the truck? Well,
Yeah.
bring Mac in. He put a smile on your face, cause bring him in. You a dog person, or you like all animals?
All animals, but if it's in my house, it's a dog.
Okay. Well, that's good. All right. Y'all did this back in pre-algebra. Y'all did that back in pre-algebra. How? Well, 2x plus y is equal to 6, and y is equal to 4x plus 2. What do you do with this y right here? What do you do with that?
You just plug it in.
You do what? Plug. And that's called what?
Tuition.
Y'all all know how to do substitution. Well, that's what you do here. Except I'm going to tell you how not to suck at it. This letter right here means write with a big set of parentheses. Write with a big set of parentheses. And this guy, the yellow, means you're going to plug into. Simple as that. So F, I'm going to write this with a big set of parentheses. Okay, whatever, turn it down. I don't know what that is, but you need to turn it down. Dang old lightsaber. Okay, and I'm going to plug in G, which is square root X. And I bet you $1 there's somebody in here that didn't know that composition was nothing but substitution. I'm going to rewrite G with a big set of parentheses. And I'm going to plug in what? X plus 4.
Okay.
I'm going to rewrite F with a big set of parentheses. And I'm going to plug in what? F.
Priority 1 message.
I'm going to rewrite G with a big set of parentheses. And I'm going to plug in what?
G.
And that's called composition of functions. And I guarantee you there's somebody in here that's going, well, why didn't they just explain it that way? Because you got two types of teachers in mathematics. You have a teacher that teaches with their pinky up, and then you have a teacher that teaches pragmatically. That's why. And the one that teaches with their finger up is usually the ones that make you call them doctor. You ever had one of those?
No.
And nobody's gonna say anything. Okay.
No, my bio teacher was like that. She was real snooty.
And couldn't tell you how to get home.
Nope.
That's why you use Rate My Professor.
You want to name drop who that bio person was?
If
Yeah,
I
go ahead,
can
share.
pronounce it, Syrian Rajapakse.
Do what?
Never heard of him.
Yeah, no, that was at Greenville Tech. I was taking some classes there.
Oh,
Okay, now let's talk about graphing. I'll tell you what I can do. Hold on just a second, and I'll share something with y'all. And I have no idea when class is over. When is class over? 12? It's over 12.
11:40.
What?
11:40.
11:40. Thank you. You ain't lying to me, are you?
Nope. If I was, I
Okay.
would have said earlier.
All right, good. Don't lie to me, then I get mad at you. All right, let me go. I'm going to go find something right quick. Hold on just a second. I'm going to find something and share with y'all. Let me find Math 155 from last semester. This is one thing good about Teams. You can pull up something and share it with another class. And it's just like so easy to do. There we go, 6.6 handouts. And I want to download that and share it with y'all. Download to my handy dandy. I guess it downloaded. Now I'm going to share this with y'all, and I want y'all to look it up and see if you can find it. Teams. Get out of this and go to Math 109. And I'm going to share this with y'all through the chat, which automatically go to the files page. Oh, Miss Steele has 3 cats. That's nice. Cats will dominate the world eventually. Okay. And where is download? And there is 6.6. All right, it's loading, and I'm fixing to send it to you. And Mr. Bostic is running around making us all dizzy.
On our doc.
Please don't show up drunk to class. Okay, I know you're in everything, but don't show up drunk, please.
Has that happened before?
And then if you have an abusive boyfriend, let's keep him out of the class also. There you go. So somebody tell me they got it. 6.6 handouts.
Yeah, we got it.
Okay, that's a little refresher on, and I'm gonna pull it up and I'm gonna show y'all a trick I learned in the war. Here's y'all's class page right here. And you go to files right here, and here's all the files that I've sent you. So you don't have that excuse, I didn't get it with the email. So all the deadheads that try to use that excuse, you can't use it. I know, I'm a bastard. There you go, 6.6 handouts. There you go, how to graph. There's 3 methods of graphing. There's the first method, there's the second method, there's the third method. There's how to graph, and there's the rules of graphing. How to find the slope, how to calculate the slope, and how to use the point slope equation. Now, for those of you that don't know, this first chapter is kind of a review chapter. Okay, so I don't know. I tell you what, y'all all know. Y'all know how to raise y'all's hand in here? I'll show y'all. Here's y'all's little, right there. You raise your hand by going right here and raising your hand. See there? There's my little applause emoji. It's under the little happy face in the hand. So I want y'all to do me a favor right now. Go ahead and take your hands down. Virtual hands. Go ahead and take them down. How many of you have not had algebra in, let's say, a couple of years? Couple of years. How many of you have had algebra in the last year? Raise your virtual hands in the last year. Okay, some of y'all aren't communicating at all. And Mr. Scanley has green eyes. Mr. Scanley, your monitor in your eyes You look like some
sorry.
demonic possessed person.
Sorry, I'm
Dang
not
old,
possessed. I promise.
dang old exorcist. Okay, so 6 people communicated with me. So the rest of y'all pretty much suck. Okay. The 6 people that communicated with me have had, within a year or 2 years. Okay. Or, the last year. The rest of y'all haven't told me anything. So I have no idea when you've had algebra. So I have no idea how fast or slow to go with the review because you choose not to communicate. So thank you, people that are weaned on a pickle. Thank you very much. Does anybody have anything else to add? Okay, we got a few more people. Thank you. Okay, let me do this. How many has not had algebra in more than 2 years? Take down your hands. Take down your hands right now. How many has not had algebra in more than 2 years? Okay, we do have some people that haven't had algebra in 2 years. Okay. Does anybody want to vocally tell me how many years it's been since you've had algebra?
It's been
Since
about
you don't want to raise your hand.
It's been 3.
3 years.
Yeah.
Anybody else more than 3? Thank y'all. Appreciate the communication. Thank you. Y'all settle down, please. All right, so I'm going to go through the graphing. There's the graphing. I'm just throwing this out, and hopefully y'all can send me questions if you got them or whatever. I'm trying to fill y'all out, and y'all not helping me out too much, except for about 6 or 8 of y'all. So thank you for those that are trying to help out. All right, we're going to move on then. Make sure you can tell the domain and range. Make sure you can do domain and range. What is the domain? The domain is the x
Input.
values. If I've got a function and this is -4 and this is +6, my domain is from -4 to +6. My range, if this is 1 and this is 7, my range is from 1 to 7. Now I am going over this kind of haphazardly and kind of quick because, again, I don't know what you know and what you don't know. So, excuse me. So this is your range. And this is your domain. Do you remember how to write set builder notation and interval notation? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, thank you for the communication. Set builder notation
I'll know it once I
and
see it.
interval notation. Set builder notation, your domain. Sorry. Braces. X is between -4 and 6. Range is from 1 to 7. How do you do interval notation?
Isn't it with brackets?
I can't. What'd you say?
Isn't it with brackets?
Yes. Thank you. Wow. Somebody communicated with me. Thank you.
I said that before.
I didn't. I don't like you. Whoever said that. I have no idea who said that. That's a joke. Oh, that's another thing. I need to tell y'all this. In order to be in my class, you either have to have one or you need to develop one. You need to develop or have a sense of humor. Okay?
Humor is an acquired taste, so
Well, I'm sorry, you better have something because I do kid a lot, okay? So if you're a snowflake or buttercup, you might need to go take another math teacher because I do make fun of myself, I make fun of people, and you need to, get a life. All right, so here we go. -4 to +6, and then 1 to 7. Now, a lot of people say, well, Hubert, how did you know to put the -4 first? Which way do we read?
left to right.
Unless you're from Middle East, Allah Akbar, Masalama. Do you know, I'm going to tell y'all a story right now. Last semester, I got a complaint. Y'all ready for this?
Yeah.
The complaint was to my department head that I was making fun of Middle Eastern people. Now this ain't the kicker. The kicker is my department head is descendant from Lebanese. She's of Lebanese descent. And she knows me. She's known me for 20 years. She said, well, what did he say? Well, I don't know what he said because he said it in Middle Eastern.
What?
He said it in Middle Eastern. I said, Allah Akbar, Masalama. Does anybody know what that means?
God is
All
great.
Akbar, they yell before they
God
they
is
blow
great.
themselves up.
Go
Yeah.
in peace. Walk in peace, go in peace. And
Yeah.
and so she played back the video because she goes to my videos, which I record. She goes to my videos, she recorded, she said, you don't know what that means? And she goes, no, I just know he's making fun of Middle East. So the person complained to my department head, but she didn't know what I was saying. Anyway, unless you're from the Middle East, we read from left to right. If you're from the Middle East, you read from right to left. So Middle East, you would put 6 to -4, or most people read from left to right, -4 to 6. What about the bottom to top? Nobody walks, well, some people walk around with their nose in the air, but most people don't walk around with their nose in the air. Most people walk around, looking like this, and then they look up whenever something comes up. So you always start from the bottom and go up. Simple as that. Now, if you write it another way, that's fine, but don't cry if you get it wrong on a test because you get confused. Question. And it's pronounced Masalama Allah Akbar.
Did you learn that when you were over there?
Yeah, because they told us if you don't know any Arabic, this is what you say. And that's how I know that. That's the only thing I know in Arabic. Okay, who's got other questions? Okay, we've gone over functions, we've gone over composition of functions. You've got a sheet on graphing, and I just went over a little bit of domain and range. What if you have domain? Okay, let's write something in red. Domain is affected as far as this class with radicals and rationals. Radicals and rationals. F of x is equal to x to the first. F of x is equal to x to the second. F of x is equal to the absolute value of x. F of x is equal to x to the third, and so on. Those are all fine. The domain is going to be all real numbers because you don't have any problems with plugging in a 2 or a -5 or a 7 or a 1/2. There's no problem. But if you have f of x is equal to or you have f of x is equal to the square root of x minus 4. Why do these have problems? That means you can speak. Why do these two have problems?
Because
Just tell me what you know about these two. Tell me what you can't have or what you can have or whatever. Okay, either y'all don't want to talk or you don't know.
Can't have squares.
Can't have squares.
Square roots. I mean,
I think you're going toward the right thing. You can't have what in a square root?
variable.
Negative.
Negative. Somebody said it. You can't have a negative in a square root. And what can you not have up here? You can have a negative. I'll go ahead and tell you that because somebody's going to say negative. No, you can have a negative.
Fraction.
What can you not have in this fraction?
Oh,
You can't have 0 in the what?
oh, yeah. I
You
see.
can't have 0 in the denominator.
Yeah.
So these two types of problems are affected. The domain is affected. Domain is affected. Over here are the ice machines that you could plug. You could put lime Kool-Aid in it. You could put water. You could put Gatorade in that ice machine, and it would put out what? Ice. These ice machines, they'll blow up if you have sugar in them. If you put sugar in these ice machines, they'll blow up. Is that are you seeing what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Nods are good. That's called communication also. I don't know if I'm going to be able to deal with the Tide Pod generation. I really don't. Y'all going to have to start communicating a little bit better. Okay? Is anybody not in the Tide Pod generation? I'm assuming that most of y'all are 18, 19. Mr. Bostic, how old are you?
24.
Okay, so you're right out of it. You're close. I didn't know if I had any 20, 29, 30-year-olds in here. Okay, so that takes us to the family of graphs. And you need to take a piece of notebook paper right now. Well, no, I'll tell you what's easier. Since we're going fast, we're going to go to Google, and I'm going to send you family of graphs. Let's see, which one did I use? That one's the one I used the most of right here. There we go. Oh, shoot. Let me go back. I hate it when they do that. Damn Russians. All right. Save as. That's supposed to be a joke, so because whenever something don't go your way in real life, you blame the Russians.
The communist.
All right, I'm going to send this to y'all. And so y'all will have it. I know I'm giving y'all a bunch of review stuff, but I'm, like I say, I need y'all to be able to communicate with me after y'all go home and work on homework. Hold on, I'm gonna send y'all this one right. It's loading. And somebody tell me when you get it, please. It's called parent functions. Somebody tell me when you get it, please.
I don't see it yet.
Okay, it should be in the chat or it should be on that files page, one of the two. Somebody, wait a minute, let me make sure I hit send.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Roger.
Insert picture and download and parent graph, and we'll put in layout, orientation, landscape. There we go. So if you don't have that handout, you need to get a handout like this, because we're going to go from transitioning, from actually graphing these guys to actually vertical and horizontal shifts and domain and range and all that good stuff. So I need you to make sure you're familiar with these. You don't have to worry about the bottom ones, just the 8 right here. And you might want to have the space open on the back. You might want to leave that open on the back of this when you print it out, because we're going to add some more to it. Okay, what do you mean, Hubert? Well, let's take the second one. Let's take the quadratic. That's what we're going to work a lot with. You got a quadratic. F of x is equal to x squared plus 3x minus 7. Now, I'm going to show you where we're heading. Does everybody understand heading? That's where we're going, the direction we're going in. But I don't want to scare you and think you have to know this. But this is where we're going. I want you to tell me all about this function without using a calculator. So, is there anybody that wants to volunteer what they know about this function?
Nose goes.
What was that?
Nose goes.
Okay.
It's
Anybody?
it's a positive parabola.
It's a positive parabola because there's a positive in front of the x squared. That's correct. What else?
The y-intercept is -7.
Miss James, that's correct. The y-intercept is -7. Anybody else got anything? All right. Well, I'm going to show you what we're going to do. We're going to do complete the square. X squared plus, well, we're going to make that a 2. I don't want to baptize y'all by fire. So I'll do something easy with the 2, okay? X squared plus 2x plus blank is equal to 7 plus blank. Half of 2 is 1. 1 squared is 1. Add that. This gives you shortcut number 2, or number 1, which is x plus 1 quantity squared is equal to 8. At this point, you can go 2 different directions. The y-intercept, the vertex, and solve for x. The vertex is going to be -1, -8. And the x-intercept is going to be x plus 1 is equal to the square root of 8. And x is equal to -1 plus or minus the square root of 8. There's your x-intercepts, there's your vertex, and there's your y-intercept. Okay, now you can take all those things that you just did right there. I'm not worried about you being able to do this, okay? Right now, you should be saying one of 3 things. Number 1, I remember how to do that. Number 2, I remember something about completing a square. Or number 3, I don't know what the hell he's doing. Okay?
Vaguely remember it.
Say again?
Vaguely.
Okay, and then you go over here and you go, okay, I got a y-intercept of -7 and a x-intercept. Well, wait a minute. What's the square root of 8? 2.9, 2.8. So that's going to be -1 plus or minus 2.8. -1 plus 2.8 is 1.8. And -1, -3.8. So that's your x-intercepts. So 1.8, 1, 2 is right there. And -3.8, 1, 2, 3, 4. -3.8 is right there. And a vertex is -1, -8. And you've got a parabola going this direction with the domain of all reals because it's not a radical or a rational. And the range is from -8 to infinity. And decreasing values from -infinity to -1, and increasing values from -1 to infinity. And the line of symmetry is equal to x is equal to -1. So this is 2 for 1. You got to be able to do this, and you got to be able to do that. So I need to know from you, after you do some homework, I need to know from you on where you are. Are you a 1, meaning what the hell does this mean? Or are you a 10? I invented the damn stuff. I invented it. Okay, which one are you? Again, I have no idea how much background y'all have had in algebra. All I know is I have, wait, I'm waiting. I have 20 students in this classroom, and I have no idea what y'all know. Okay? So give me an idea. Give me 3 or 4 people to tell me on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being foreign language, 10 being you've invented it. Where are you on these two?
Probably like a
I'd
4 or
be about
5.
7.
5.
A 4. I got a 4. What else?
5.
5.
7.
I'm sorry, what?
7.
7. We got any 0s or 1s? All right, let me give you another one. I've got to find out where you're at. So I'm trying to do 2 or 3 things today, and with all of you, those of you that are communicating, thank you. F of x is equal to x squared. All right, let's go with the -2x squared plus 4x minus 7. Okay. Now, I'm going to give you a minute because we only got like 20 minutes left in class or something like that. I want you to tell me all you can tell me about this. That means all the algebra over here, and then draw me a graph showing me that. Go ahead and do that.
Intercept of -7. I know that.
I'm sorry, what?
The intercept's -7. I know that.
That's
now.
true. But I need all the other stuff too. Miss Garcia, how good is Mac in math and algebra?
Not that great.
That dog we got, we've only had it for about 2 weeks. We went up to, I made the mistake of calling the vet tech people, and they said, oh, all you got to do is go to this website, blah, blah, blah. Well, we went to the website, picked out the dog, and it's in freaking Pickens County. So we had to go up to Pickens County. We had to go to Liberty to pick that dog up at, it's Humane Society. And dang smart dog, I'll give him that. He ain't stupid. That's something I can't handle as a stupid animal. That's a smart dog. It's Border Collie Lab mix. Border Collies are pretty much smart, and Labs they're just goofy. They're smart, but they're goofy.
Yeah, they are.
I like on Smokey and the Bandit, I like Fred. Barks once a year. Now go back in yonder. Nobody's talking about you or that dog. Go back in yonder. That's another thing about dog people. They think they got to come in. When you talk about a dog, they think they got to come in. Go away. 14, 15 years old. How are you doing? Y'all ready for questions, or are you ready for me to go over it? Okay, I got a somewhat nod from Mr. Mosel. Is it Modsel or Mosel?
Modza.
Modsel. Now that could be That could be a Middle Eastern descent. Where's that? Where's Modsel from?
It's Polish.
Polish. Now that's unusual. I've never seen a ZEL. I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
Usually you're
Lionel or something.
It comes from Modzaleski.
okay. Modzaletsky.
Ah, they Americanized your name when they came over here.
They did.
What?
They gave your name the good old Ellis Island treatment.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. Our people, we were out of, well, it's a long story, but anyway, our names got changed too. So anyway, that's okay. I don't mind it. All right, so here we go. Since nobody's going to say anything, but Mr. Modsel did give me a halfway nod. So appreciate the communication, Mr. Modsel. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, so negative 2x squared plus 4x plus blank is equal to 7 plus blank. Factor out a negative 2, x squared minus 2x plus blank is equal to 7 plus that negative 2 needs to be multiplied by this right-hand side blank because you factored it out. Just believe me when I say that. You don't want to go into the derivation. Half of 2 is 1. 1 squared is 1. So that's going to give us negative 2. Shortcut number 2 equals 5. And now we've got a vertex of 1 comma negative 5. That's our vertex. Divide by negative 2. X minus 1 quantity squared is equal to negative 5 halves. You can't take the square root of a negative. Therefore, no x-intercepts. I can't spell intercepts. So we've got a function that's floating because it doesn't have x-intercepts. Negative 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And a vertex of 1, negative 5. And it's opening which way? Concave down. So that's what it looks like. Domain is all real numbers. Range is from negative infinity to negative 5. Increasing negative infinity to positive 1. Decreasing from 1 to infinity. Line of symmetry, x is equal to 1. Now, like I said, there's 3 people in here. There's one person that invented this with Aristotle and Galileo and all them. Okay? And then there's the person that remembers it, but a little bit rusty. And then there's the person that looks Japanese. Okay? I don't know who that is, but you've got to what?
Tell you.
You've got to communicate it to me.
I'm just rusty.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm very rusty.
I'm rusty too.
Okay, good, good.
I'm like,
Well, maybe the video today, again, with the videos, you can go ahead and watch the videos, go to YouTube. And this is what if you want to be successful in this 5-week class, it's going to have to be a team effort, and you're going to have to go to YouTube. You're going to have to go to this 109, and there it is right there. That's the review. Chapter 1 continued, which is review. This is continued, chapter 1, 1.4, 2.1, 2.2. Y'all see a pattern? It's in chronological order. Okay, what it's going to take for you to do this in 5 weeks and not be a basket case is for you to communicate with me and to use these videos to keep up and to keep going so you can get this chapter 1 and chapter 2 work done by Friday. Okay, what questions people have? Now, I showed y'all completing the square, and I'm probably in chapter 2, okay? What I'm trying to get y'all to do, I can do these 2 chapters in 2 days, but I don't want to do that. I want to cover it at your pace as fast as y'all as a class can go. Okay? Mr. Brooks, do you have a question or you still got your hand up?
I don't have a
Mr.
question.
Brooks? Okay, could you say you got a question?
No, I don't.
Okay. If you would take your hand down, that would put you in alphabetical order so I can take the roll. I want to take the roll again to make sure nobody came in. Just toggle your hand off, and so I can do that. Do the.
I don't see the option anymore.